Hi, I'm Alyssa, Product Manager for Monroe Shocks and Struts.
And I'm James, Technical Product Specialist.
James, weeping and leaking is something we hear a lot about. Leakage is noticeable on a shock or strut if it appears to be wet and oily or where there's fluid found dripping. If your shock or strut in question is leaking, then it should be replaced.
Now, noticing oil on the outside of a shock or strut doesn't necessarily mean that that product has failed. The way that shocks and struts are constructed, they have a piston and hydraulic fluid in them. And when the vehicle traverses over bumps, potholes, or rough road conditions, that piston is pushed against that hydraulic fluid, and that can force oil to seep out of the shock or strut. This small amount is called weepage, and it doesn't require the shock or strut to be replaced. A small amount is acceptable and is the result of fluid clinging to the rod and being pulled past the oil seal on the extension stroke. Now, monotube shocks and struts have a much higher internal gas pressure. That high internal gas pressure forces very minimal amounts of oil to weep through the micro cracks of the chrome layer on the piston rod. Now, that can get past the oil seal and end up on the body of the shock or the strut. So now we're talking about weepage. Let's think about a shock or strut that's sitting in a box on a shelf over a period of time. When you go to remove that unit from the box, it may appear that the weepage is a lot, or it may even look like a leak. But before we deem that unit as defective, we want to take the unit, wipe off the oil, and then we can go ahead and install it on the vehicle. Now, on the other hand, if we take that unit out of the box and it's just dripping oil, this is no longer a weep, this is a leak. Now, this unit needs to be replaced because it's defective.
Here are some examples on how we can help you diagnose if your shock or strut has weepage or leakage. Oil found on units 1 and 2 reflect weepage and don't require replacement. However, units 3 and 4 reflect leakage and require replacement. It's important to carefully diagnose each unit, as this could determine if your shock or strut is functioning normally or if it needs to be replaced.
For more information on the difference between leakage and weepage, visit Monroe.com.